All right. You want to count us down?
All right, sure. Let's get going in 3, 2, 1, go. I have in my notes that the cutscene skip is at exactly 12 seconds.
Wait, that's a really good idea, actually.
Now I've just memorized it though because I'm actually using Zypotic's notes.
Oh, you're the other person in the note file.
Yeah,
Got it.
that checks out.
All right. Fast that. Are you a spinning map person, or do you fix your map?
The only setting I change is text speed.
Okay. I think I've only seen one other person do the map rotating thing. I do it as well, which is why I
Right.
like to call it out.
The standardizing settings I don't think it's gonna be possible.
No, not at all.
It's very much gonna be a deal with what you get.
It's gonna be hard enough to get people to standardize move order.
That's not happening.
No. That's okay though.
Like I was talking to Zypotic, I think it was yesterday, and I was like, yeah, because it was when I was doing my initial walkthrough, and I was like, yeah, we want to teach Bubble Beam over Leer, and he's like, you're right, but I hate that.
Yeah, technically that would be the best for this category.
The other dumb thing that I thought of was I think we mentioned like doing a poll for starter selection since pretty much all the starters are technically viable.
Yep.
It'd be funny to have an option that's like Pancham question question mark.
That would be kind of funny. All right, how do you think your Totodile is going to be? My last two have been not so good.
I don't know Totodile well enough to like even be able to tell, to be perfectly honest.
I can usually tell just on the first tackle. And it basically is like an extra turn on this fight and then on the Tawny fight.
Yep.
And sometimes on Bridget, but not very often.
The fact that we get 3 perfects is so interesting.
Yeah. It's the first time, I mean, like, Let's Go had guaranteed perfects, but
Yeah.
it's the first time outside of Let's Go, I think, that the starters have some sort of guaranteed stats. Alright, Totodile, let's do this.
I think we should be able to fight the Ultra Ball guy to start, and then just start with a card.
Start with a card for battle zones.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Have a
Nice.
battle zone for the Z, or have a card for the Z battle zone.
Mine seems okay.
Mine appeared to have done the same amount as yours, so I think I'm also fine.
It can go down on that tackle, so that was unfortunate.
Well,
but it looks like we probably have the same Totodile.
yeah, I think so.
Something I find kind of funny, which is not so relevant on that fight, well, I guess kind of relevant, but is more relevant on the next one, is like your Leer. So when you do like the water gun, Leer, tackle, water gun for the Bunnelby, like the Leer is free. Like your tackle, if you only tackled, your water gun still isn't up yet.
Right.
From cooldown, so it's like you get a free Leer in there, and so it's like even if you're going to hit the range or whatever without Leer, you should just always Leer. There's no reason not to.
Yeah, the whole move cooldown thing is interesting in the early game, and then it just kind of goes away.
Yeah, it's kind of relevant in any percent. Because like when you one-shot a Pokemon, usually your move can be back in time for the next Pokemon, but there are cases where it's not. And at least one spot we have to route around it.
Yeah. It's the bouncing Gyarados, right?
Yeah, bouncing Gyarados. And then obviously for like all the rogues, your cooldowns kind of matter too. Oh no, we ended up in a battle zone. How will we get out?
Not the
Also,
exit that's we're right next to, that's for sure.
Definitely not. This is also really unrealistic because when you actually play the game, the battle zone isn't in the same spot 2 nights in a row. But the battle zone is here, and then it's here again during the tutorial later on.
This game is so unrealistic.
This is so unrealistic. I don't believe anyone asked you.
Everyone says they're a fan of her, but I'm the only one that has a split for her, so...
Whom has a split for everything?
I hadn't seen that.
Yeah. Someone during our race was using Whom splits, and it was like... they were fighting the first Tawny fight, and it was like, I've already done 3 splits. My Totodile was a little bit worse than I thought because I didn't KO. I needed an extra water gun.
Yeah, on the initial one where we both didn't kill, I had less remaining than you. I think I had put it down to 1 and you were on 2 or something.
Bunnelby was normal though.
Apparently I didn't make my generous splits generous enough in the early game.
I'm running against average,
Okay, yeah.
which I've only done like 3 runs, so my average is not really all that high. Well, 3 runs with these splits. I've done more,
Right.
if you include any percent. I don't know if you ran into this, but like for my first 4 or 5 runs after my first playthrough, every single time I turned to left
Oh,
there
yeah.
instead of right.
Oh, well, I
Battle
did
zone.
that, and then also I would just be holding A and then start talking to her anyway. So I have switched
Oh,
to
yeah.
hitting B afterwards. But yeah, it is unexpectedly disorienting coming out of that battle zone.
Because it looks like there's a wall to your right. Why would you go that way? I didn't know there was an arch.
And also, not only is the battle zone in the same spot 2 nights in a row, it's also right next to the hotel, which is
Yes.
highly unrealistic.
What I want to do. So you're going to be doing all the new stuff with like the early candies.
Yeah, yep, I got all that figured out and whatnot. I'm not fully adept at it yet. Like, I don't know where the candies are in the different restaurants necessarily, but
Okay. Yeah. It's actually, since the last time I did this, we've cut out one of the medium candies.
okay.
It kind of left us in an awkward spot because what would happen is we would candy and be at like level 23.7. And it's like you really want to get to 24 for Brick Break.
Mm-hmm.
So you could just do it all in one move teach. But there just wasn't a good extra candy to get. And so I guess we've just cut out one of the candies.
Sure.
Which
When I
makes
was
sense.
doing my run yesterday, I got so many ground S candies. I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with these.
Yeah, S candies used to matter so much more.
I don't like the turbo functionality on the 8-bit do as much as the controller I normally use. But looking at our side to side, I feel like I should switch because my my lead has shrunk and it's only been mashing since then.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Yeah, we are a lot closer than we were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just doing straight turbo. I'm not mashing alongside.
Yeah,
like some people
just
do.
straight turbo A, so I guess I'll have to get used to using the 8-bit.
It's a nice controller. I like it.
I like it most of the time. I just don't like the how you toggle the turbo.
That's fair.
Which I guess for this game doesn't really matter because I just set it and forget it at the start of the run.
I will say this part frustrates me because we can't run yet.
Yeah. And then they'll just take away our ability to run later.
Yeah, they do that a couple times, and it's kind of annoying. Especially in the end sequence, it happens. Like, end of any percent.
Mm-hmm. When
Happens
JT
like
was following the dog, he's like, I miss rolling.
Or JT, I was watching him, and he was like, all right, this is as far as I've gotten casually, and he was only like an hour in. I'm like, oh no. Considering he hadn't seen the anything after rank W, probably. his time wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I think he said that he was watching T-Pat a little bit yesterday.
Okay.
But yeah, not bad at all for not actually having played the section casually yet. He's like, I don't know what's going on with this Mega Absol. I don't know what's happening here.
All right. Almost tawny time. Actually, no, it's not.
No, it's not. I like the optimism, though.
Listen, I wanted to actually explain a fight or something.
First, we need to learn how to roll.
We do have to learn how to roll.
Is critical, I guess.
I was fine before we knew that rolling was faster. I'll say it.
Dynam also does not like rolling.
Weirdly enough, I like it better now that we're crouch rolling. I don't know why. It's the exact same process, but I just like it better now.
How many rolls does it become worth it to crouch?
That I don't know the answer to.
Okay.
I tend to not do it like here when it's only 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't actually know when it's more beneficial. All right, we have an actual battle. Let's go. The Tepig's not too interesting because
We have type advantage. Yeah.
The Chikorita is kind of an interesting case where what we're gonna do is, because Tackle is like our best move against it, we want to use as many tackles as possible. So you can kind of think of like our move rotation is just like every other move is Tackle. You start with Tackle, you go to Leer to make Tackle more powerful, then you go back to Tackle, and then you Water Gun, and then you go back to Tackle. You want to just throw in as many tackles as possible.
Which was kind of interesting when I shifted over to this and was looking at the notes, because like when I was using Tepig as my starter, I was using a few more Embers just in case I got burns.
Yeah.
But Water Gun is just doing like 2 damage or whatever, so who cares?
Ooh. I got a juicy crit right there at the end.
Nice.
I will say it's interesting with like fight notation in this game compared to normal Pokemon games, because it's like you would never have a fight where you go Tackle Leer, Tackle Water Gun, Tackle
Yeah.
like it's like this is a 12 for turn fight or something. It just doesn't happen.
Oh, I got it. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at that.
I missed it last run. I'm okay at it. I missed it last run. The one I don't get I've never gotten is apparently like the second one where it teaches you about the roto drop thing. You can apparently like land on Tawny's head and skip it.
Oh, that's funny.
I've attempted it a couple times. I think I lose time by attempting it and not getting it, so I'm just not going to go for it anymore.
I did not know that was a thing.
I think Crisis has done it a few times. I guess we kind of alluded to it, but didn't outright say it. Rolling is faster than running, specifically if you are neutral rolling, and even more specifically if you are crouch neutral rolling. So, no direction on the stick, just mashing roll while crouching is the fastest form of movement, which, of course, because you're not holding the stick, it means you kind of have to line yourself up or do these little mini adjustments that can turn into really wildly big adjustments that you
that you don't want
if you don't do it right. Yeah.
Yeah, even though it's faster to just roll everywhere, I tend to run if I'm not going just in a straight line from cutscene trigger to cutscene trigger.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh no, it broke out.
Oh no, darn. Just...
That one always breaks out. It's the next one that is the interesting one. I think the Bunnelby is what, 29%?
Something like that. Which I'm going to say it, for me, feels worse than 29%. Other people seem to get it way more than me, but...
I think 29's about what I'm at.
Yeah. This one, they're trying to teach you, oh, you can actually knock out the Pokemon. But it does have a chance of getting in if you don't.
Got it. Let's go.
See what I mean? Got 2 breakouts. There we go. See what a good race game this would be? Oh, back and forth.
We're still solidly into the tutorial, and it's so back and forth.
We haven't seen back and forth yet. Alright. So now we're kind of free reign. We do want to catch 2 more Pokemon. Scatterbug's a really good one, and then Marie can be good.
And I did exit, I think that is, oh, you caught both.
I did get both.
You only needed one of them, so I just exited, even though the second one was probably going to get in as well.
Yeah, that experience used to be more important for reasons that you'll see after this section. But we're going to get introduced to our professor, kind of, in a way.
Sure. And what an excellent introduction she has.
It's so funny. I pulled up my first playthrough for some reason this morning, and I went back and saw my reaction to certain things. I wanted to see my reaction to her. It was pretty funny. Yeah, the reason we needed those 2 extra catches were because in order to get back into the hotel, we need Rock Smash. Rock Smash is going to come from the professor's research, and the first professor research task is to have 5 distinct Pokemon caught. And conveniently, one of the Pokemon we caught can learn Rock Smash. It's not like that was pre-planned.
And weirdly enough, none of the starters can.
Yeah. don't think any Pokemon available could. I suppose if you grinded enough, you could have like your Pignite learn it, but...
Well, you can use Rollout on Tepig to break, can't you?
Oh, true. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't have to be just Rock Smash. It's more or less any contact move. Well, high enough power contact move.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of environmental obstacles in this game, and there are some weird requirements to break them. There's the other two I can think of. There are like these bramble things that pretty much any fire move works, and then like specifically Aerial Ace.
I think just generally any cutting move will get them, like Slash,
okay.
Night Slash, and so on.
That makes sense. And then the sludge piles are like any water move, and then like Psychic and Sand Tomb works. Like there's a bunch of weird moves that work.
Fire spin works. Yeah. I think it's for that one. I think it's any trapping area thing will do it. Which I guess trapping moves aren't trapping moves in this game.
You're gonna do the thing before I do, but relatively new development is going a little bit out of our way before we get back to the hotel here, and in doing so we can grab ourselves a few experience points.
So going up the path we went up on the previous day in the game, except now instead of jumping down we're gonna go up onto this building. And I forgot about these rocks.
Yeah, this is why we couldn't do it earlier. Well, in addition to Tom probably yelling at us. Do you aim at the one behind it?
No, I fell off the building.
No.
I was trying to go around and not climb up. And then that time I just climbed up as soon as I got even close to it, so...
Oops. Yeah, we're going to use both of those candies on the Totodile. It's going to get us to level 14. But that's why the stats don't matter nearly as much as they used to. 'Cause we're not supposed to be level 14 yet.
And in addition to just the extra stats from the levels, we get Bite super early, which is incredibly helpful.
Yeah, we're also just shy of level 15, which would give us Bubble Beam. Bubble Beam is useful enough that at least I'm going to learn it. I know it's... I wouldn't say debatable, but it's like you could teach it, you could not teach it. It doesn't hurt either way.
Mm-hmm.
But it is, yeah, we're just barely shy. All of the on the ground there are these little like sparkle spots. Those are hidden items that you, when you go over, you just pick them up. You actually don't have to press A, which is really funny when somebody learns that you don't have to press A. It's really funny because they're like, wait, I've been pressing A for the last like 6 hours. But yeah, so those spots can have experience candies, and that used to be the way. It was like get an experience candy and save 30 seconds. But now we don't need to.
Yeah, and when we were getting the candies, I was trying to avoid the animation of climbing up onto the roof and just walk around. But then I messed up and just walked off the building instead.
Yeah, there's not a ton in this category, but there is a lot of climbing buildings and stuff in this game, and it can be pretty punishing if you fall off at the wrong spot. So here's our first battle zone. We're going to be seeing a lot of these in the run. I think there's like 5 in this category.
Mm-hmm.
If you include this one, there are 5. And essentially the idea is you win battles to gain points, and then in every zone except for this one, you have ways to gain bonus points if you complete certain tasks. So that's where a lot of the replayability and interesting factor of this run exists.
My Totodile took its sweet time to do that bite.
Every time I do that, I'm like, oh, next time I need to go up closer before I send out Totodile, and every time after that, I forget.
My camera did something weird there. All right.
Yeah, trainers will also see you, so we're getting introduced to the ability to sneak up on our opponents, which you're not supposed to do on the first fight, but it is faster to do so.
Yeah, when you do sneak up on someone, you get a, I think, 50% damage boost to your starting hit. And then also a lot of times you'll get the cooldown back of whatever move you used.
Alright, one more battle. It's poor Weedle. Alright, and then the whole purpose of these battle zones is you do them to get a challenger ticket, and then you can use those tickets to fight another trainer who is the same rank as you in the ZA Royale, and then the winner of that battle goes up a rank. So we are currently ranked Z. We have to go fight Zach, aptly named, and the winner will become rank Y.
Which has some interesting logistical issues with it that are never addressed in the game.
Yeah.
Like, why do we always have to be the person to find our opponent? Why don't they ever come to us?
Especially someone like Zach, who's been fighting 100 however many times.
Yeah.
Like, you'd think he'd be eager to find his opponent.
The extra nice thing about having Bite now is that in addition to just having a fourth move, which just gives us more options as we're cycling through our cooldowns, is that Bite can flinch, which ends up meaning that if sometimes when you use Bite, you'll just cancel whatever your opponent's doing, which health management isn't all that important just because of the extra levels we have, but it is still nice.
Yeah, it's especially nice on this fight, because all of his Pokemon, at least the first two, have the move Growl, which is going to lower my attack, which means my Bite against the Pikachu is going to do less damage now. So if I got a flinch there, it would have been nice.
My attack I got growled by the Slowpoke, attack went down. I didn't flinch the Pidgey either, and literally the second my attack went back up, it went back down.
Oh no.
But didn't matter, still two-shot the Pikachu.
Yeah, I guess that's actually a good thing to mention is the stat up, stat down stuff. It's only a single stage, so it's like Legends Arceus in that way, as opposed to like main series Pokemon that has different stages. But they are temporary buffs, so after 10 seconds, 15 seconds, they go away. which is really interesting to try and manage. Because as you can imagine, like moves like Swords Dance are really good. It turns out moves like Leer and Screech are very good, which is not something you'd ever really say in normal Pokemon. And so like managing your cooldowns along with your buffs and debuffs and stuff, it makes for a really interesting battle system.
Yeah, the other thing that's interesting about the buffs and debuffs is that they stack duration instead of intensity, or refreshing duration, which is what I initially assumed it was doing.
Yeah, the stacking of duration was a choice for sure. But I can't complain. We use it to our advantage.
Yeah.
In not in this category, but in 90%.
I think this is our last, like, long section of just text.
Yeah, it's a bit... I don't want to say slow, but it's a bit of text and cutscene-y until we fight Josie, basically.
Mm-hmm. But we are distracted with croissant curry.
Sure.
Yay!
Croissant with jello in the middle.
Curry flavored jello.
Yeah, we do still need that, okay. It's kind of funny because, like, as somebody who primarily runs any percent, with rank F, it's a lot of the same stuff, but there's always, like, oh, instead of going to this Pokemon Center to get the fly point, you don't need that fly point in this category, so you can do something else. So I was just looking at the notes, and it's like, enter Wild Zone 2, and I'm like, do we have to go to Wild Zone 2 in this category? But you do.
The Great Ball you get in there is also kind of nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I think when we were first starting the routing, I think Head Bob timed it, and it was about the same whether you went in or out. And so if nothing else, going in for the Great Ball.
Yeah. So here's Tarragon telling us about the colorful screws and how cool the category is that collects all 100 of them. Unfortunately, we don't see him at anymore in this category. The rank which we do the storyline that concerns him is immediately after rank F. So another tutorial here. Tawny's going to teach us about Mega Shards. Mega Shards are sprinkled around the city of Lumiose, and when you break them, you get Mega Shards, which are a secondary form of currency that you can use to buy experience candies as well as Mega Stones. This run ends at the ability to buy stuff from that shop, so we will not be collecting any shards throughout the run.
Yeah,
managing shard count is pretty interesting part of any percent.
Mm-hmm. There was a brief moment where in the routing of this category where I was breaking shards because they do give you some XP, but especially with the other XP that we've picked up in the early game, it definitely is not worth it to pause for them.
Yeah, like a big one was we would want the Fletchling to be like level 10, if I remember right, because the next fight we do is against 2 fighting types, so having a flying type that can hit pretty hard is pretty nice. Alright. so here's our next wild zone. We do want to catch a couple more things, but nothing in this wild zone. So we're just going to go through it because when you enter one, you get the fly point. So I can fly back here. And then like we were just talking about, Spider mentioned that there is a great ball we can pick up, which will prove useful pretty soon. Slightly misaligned. I keep bumping into all those shrubs. All right, there we go.
I'm surprised it's faster to run delay WoW.
Oh, instead of taxiing?
Yeah.
That might be worth testing. I think in any percent it's worth running because we take the scaffolding.
Mm-hmm.
That's like on the way to get up to the roof for stuff.
Well, here,
but you
I'll
don't
just-
need to do that in this category.
I'll do it real time. Find out. Because I do have in my personal notes the inputs for that. I used to do that. Oh wait, no, in my personal notes I just took out going to play WoW. That's right.
I don't need to tag the center because we're not flying here. Alright, so this is a fight against Josie. Josie is going to be the last planned trainer that we fight with Totodile. And is definitely another fight that benefits from those early experience candies. We would normally be like level 11, level 12 maybe here. And I mean, these two fighting types hit pretty hard.
Mm-hmm. And this is where we would previously want a level 10 fletchling to help with the fight, but now that our Totodile is so strong, it just doesn't matter.
So after this, we're both going to go into Wild Zone 3 and catch a Pikachu. This is actually a mandatory catch, believe it or not. And these Pikachus can be kind of annoying. So the general strategy is going to be to try to sneak up on them, being unheard, and backstrike them with a Great Ball. That is a guaranteed catch. If things go awry, there's backups, but hopefully that just works. Alright, I got mine.
Nice.
The other two in there saw me, but the one I was aiming at didn't.
Yeah, sometimes all three of them will see you, and you just kind of have to start throwing balls at them until one of them will get in. Oh, hello, you're right there.
I disagree. I watched that happen. That was really unfortunate.
Okay, that one got in. We're out of here.
All right. So now we're both heading to Emma. Emma is the detective, a minor character in X and Y, actually. And she's going to introduce us to side quests. And we have to complete 3 side quests, which you could argue makes them not side quests. That's okay. Of these side quests, they're all around this area of town. But the order you do them in, you can do them in any order you want. You can start one and then finish it later, all this other stuff. So this section of the run, completing these 3 tasks, has been looked at so much because there's so much you can do. This is officially where the game opens up and you can go anywhere. So we're going to take a page out of Scarlet and Violet's book and grab some fly points and experience candies. Probably don't need that full restore. I always grab it. I always say I don't need it. It's fine.
Oh no, Zach's talking to me.
So I just ran to Lay Wow, but you're taking the taxi.
Yeah. Felt
so
fast?
This is quest number 1. Okay. Oh, we can officially time it now.
Yeah.
We've got 2. So I've started the first quest, which is to take care of a big old Bunnelby. Side quest number 2. This lady has lost her ring. Where am I going on this one? I'm going to lady. Yeah, okay.
The worst part about this is picking up the items without talking to the people.
Oh, it's so hard. So we're going to take a taxi. There's taxis all over the city. I need to go to a restaurant. There we go. And you can take them even to places you haven't been yet. So it's really convenient for getting fly points. And like the other restaurants, this one also has experience candy in it. And then, nope, I need to go here. One more fly point, one more experience candy. Roll ball, little bell sprout. It could be useful. You never know. Fly back to Rouge. Right. Now it's time for side quest number 3, the most important side quest in this run.
Yeah, so read her text here, because I think you said you hadn't done that before.
Yeah, I did read it after you mentioned it. Yeah, so basically this lady wants a Pokemon that can evolve using a stone. And apparently the only Pokemon that fits that bill is a Pikachu. And so in return, she sends us a Heracross. This Heracross is nicknamed Boys, or Bois, I think. That's how you're supposed to pronounce it.
We all just say boys, though.
We all just say Boys. And Boys, the Heracross, always has the same stats. It is 31 IV, so perfect attack, speed, and HP, I think it is.
Yep.
And then 15, which is exactly average in the other 3 stats. And has a brave nature, which is plus attack minus speed. Speed in this game affects how fast your cooldowns are, but like there's not a massive difference between high and low speed, so having minus speed is honestly fine.
Yeah, in a normal Pokemon speedrun, we definitely wouldn't want to have a minus speed main, but here it's fine. We just account for it and it's not an issue.
Alright, so now we're going to use these candies. Get up to level 22. Important level for Heracross is level 24, which is going to be when we get Brick Break as our main attacking move. But our moveset right now is still pretty good. I'm just going to throw a ball at that spider.
Yeah, we were talking about...
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, we were talking about move slots earlier. We don't do any of the same slots for our moves.
Oh, no. Yeah, the general rule I have is the bottom slot is bug move, the top slot is fighting move, and then it matters more for any percent, but the left slot is the one I turn into sword stance, so it's the one I want to be the most replaceable, which in this case is takedown. But we fought that Sableye. That spider is currently fighting, actually. Not that you can, if you're watching my video, you can't see their screen, but anyways. That has, the Sableye stole the woman's ring. So we've got the ring now, we just have to go return it to her. We've done the trade, which is the first side quest we finished, and then this is the Alpha Bunnelby. That is going to be...
I assume the car noise came through, I apologize.
That's all good.
The other thing that we do for the Sableye and the Bunnelby is we will try to catch them afterwards. If they get in, it's just a little bit faster for the Fade to Black than if we wait for the Pokemon to despawn.
I did actually catch both. I think I saw your...
Yeah, my Sableye broke out. Which actually kind of makes me want to just not catch the Bunnelby, because then Absol will go in my party.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
That does take forever, though, for it to despawn. Wow. Okay, maybe that wasn't worth it.
We don't have Brick Break, which means Brick Break doesn't kill the Mareep. I think Takedown will, but I'm going to Pin Missile anyways to be safe. Alright. Yes, now that we're done with all the quests, Emma is going to battle us and then teach us about Mega Evolution a little bit by showing us a Mega, but not in battle, because that would be mean. We're level 20. Not even supposed to be level 20, by the way. We're supposed to be like level 16. so here's Pin Missile. Normally moves like Pin Missile are not very good in Pokemon because they are generally like 15 base power, but they hit anywhere from 2 to 5 times. In this game, there's no variance. It always hits 5 times. So instead of it being 15 base power multi-hit, it's effectively like 75 base power. Which especially at this point in the game is very, very good.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting to see some moves being changed in this battle system to being way more valuable than you would expect them to be. Because instead of it being accuracy and PP based, it's all cast time and cooldown based. And for the most part, our cooldowns come back up fast enough that we just don't care if a move has a high cooldown.
Yeah, and even the cast times, like, there's some optimization to be had. Like, a move like Aerial Ace is incredibly fast. Most of the time, if we're trying to just deal, like, neutral damage to something, we're going to be using Aerial Ace because it's just so fast. But in terms of, like, battle strategy, it honestly doesn't matter that much. There are some cases where it does. But for the most part, not really. But multi-hit moves may serve another purpose, but it really depends on how our battle zones go.
I don't think you get those cards this early.
Really?
I don't think so.
So one quirk of battle zones is they only appear at night. Luckily, we can use the benches around the city to make it night.
It's definitely helpful that they put that in. Otherwise, we would just be hanging out for 16 minutes.
Yeah.
Waiting for night to flip over.
Alright. So heading into this battle zone, this is the first one. Battle zones are going to have these cards that I'm going to be picking up around the place. And basically these cards are extra things we can do to gain points. It's going to be things like sneak up on your opponent, use certain moves, knock out your opponent with certain move types, things of that nature. And that's what makes this really interesting. The cards you get are completely random. The trainers that are around are, for the most part, pretty random. They pull from a pool of trainers, but...
Yeah, this is definitely why this is such an interesting race category, because there's so much variance in who's getting what cards.
Let's do this. Alright, so she saw me, which means I don't get my sneak up bonus. And there's no way I'm going to knock something out with that.
I think we're fighting the same trainer.
Yeah. So the reason we caught the Spinnerack earlier is actually going to prove semi-useful for me. Is the Spinnerack comes with grass moves for some reason. So I've got a sneak up with grass card and a knockout with grass card. The knockout with grass is going to be too hard, I think, for me to do, even though it is 600 points, which is a lot of points at this stage in the game.
Even you.
Hi, T-Pat.
Hi. I saw some Seeker gaming going on. I was like, damn, I need to get me on some of that.
T-Pat, did you look at the description?
I did not. Oh, excellent.
That's why I said that.
Well, I hope you two have fun with your race.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alright. This zone is not going great.
I actually have some decent cards for once.
Let's see if this lady will turn away from this card. Good. Sneak up with electric I can do.
I got a bonus card guy. I'm just swimming with options. Super effective. Okay. Oh, I get a 3 battle zone. If Boys would have hit his aerial ace.
I think I'm gonna end with 4. Because I can do all my cards now. Bang.
We fought the same trainer again.
Oh yeah. That actually might not be enough points. I'm 50 short.
Oh no.
This has happened too many times in the last week.
I got exactly 1,000 points from all 3 of my battles.
That's really funny, actually.
So now we're gonna go ahead and fly over to the zone that we unlocked earlier when we were picking up the M candy, because our next opponent is right next to it. This is another fight where having the extra XP from our M candies is incredibly helpful, because she has 2 fairy types and a flying type, which makes her like the one trainer in the game Boys struggles against.
Yeah. Yeah, Boys, Heracross is being bug fighting really does not like flying types. He will get a move a little bit later on that we probably won't see because it comes like right at the end of this run, called Rock Blast, that can be used against these flying types. But defensively, flying is just awful. So. And I got charmed, which is unfortunate.
Oh no.
I should be able to just aerial ace take down the Vivian, but it might get a gust in.
Yeah, when the gust goes off, you're not looking good most of the time.
But yeah, to kind of show off some of the variants you can have on these battle zones. So I just had 5 in my battle zone. You had 3, you said?
Yep.
It is possible to have 2. I didn't have 2 in my last any % run, but it could have been 2. I just messed it up. So like, you can have any range, and then like within the number of battles, there's also like, all right, it was a fast 5 versus
yeah, mine
like
was
slow
a
3 or something.
Mine was a slow 3, partially because Boys just missed an aerial ace, so I had to wait for the cooldown to come back up.
Yeah.
In that case, I specifically wanted to start the fight with aerial ace because of my cards, even though I could have just kicked it off right away instead.
Yeah.
And now we're going to continue the trend we started on the first... No. Now thinking about the days of the game. We didn't fight anyone at the beginning of the last day. For the rest of the game, at the beginning of each day, we're going to fight a rival.
Yep.
So Naveen is first. And his team is not so great into Boys.
No.
The other thing I don't think we've talked about, but in fights, a lot of times when we're fighting another trainer, we'll stand up and walk next to them, so their Pokemon don't get sent out as far, and we can just immediately start hitting them.
Yeah, like your Pokemon likes to be at a certain like distance from you. So if I have to walk up in order to, use Aerial Ace on a Pokemon, then the Heracross will walk back to me, and then if I want to use Aerial Ace again, he has to walk forward to use it again. So like there's also an element of like positioning yourself just close to your opponent for that reason as well. And that travel time can matter. Like there are some moves that you can go invulnerable during. So if you can hit them before they go invulnerable, then that obviously they'll end up taking damage. But like if it takes time to get over there, then they can disappear before you have a chance.
And now that we're done with our rival battles, we actually get to jump right into our next card, our ticket, which is pretty much how the rest of the run is going to go, is head, get a ticket, go to sleep, do a battle, get another ticket.
Yeah, but one of the things that makes this really interesting, though, is the zones that you get, they're always in different spots. So it's the same from run to run, I guess I should say. But it is... I will have a different zone than I had last night. And so each zone plays a little bit differently. And the amount of points you need goes up.
Mm-hmm. And also you're seeing new cards become available as you get to higher ranks, and the cards are going to give more points, but they're also going to be more interesting challenges that you have to do.
Yes. Yeah, one of the reasons we have specifically, like, Totodile still in the party, the Fletchling as well as the Spinnerack are because the cards for, like, use a fire move, use a water move, like, those are available early. Eventually we get, like, use a ghost move or use dark or dragon moves or something like that. I want to avoid that trainer at all costs because he needs a Hone Edge, and Boys is not good against the Hone Edge.
This is the one battle zone that I'm really not great with, although that is a good card. That's going to help with my,
Immediately knockout first blow for 1200. Yes, that is a very good card. I just had sneak up with water, and then I've got a land super effective with grass, which is very situational, but isn't a bad card necessarily. Land super effective with electric, also situational.
No, I got paralyzed and I just cured the paralysis.
Sneak up before your opponent sees you cards are very good, just because, like, that's kind of what you want to do anyways. It happened to me in the last zone. If you get seen by an opponent, they will start a battle with you, and there's like a 50% chance that you are unaware, and you can't act for like 5 or 10 seconds. So you want to try to sneak up on them as much as you can, even if you don't have a card for it. Wow, these cards are not doing it for me. What is this? Land hits with water. We don't want to do that.
The fact that I'm currently paralyzed and I'm out of paralysis healing items is a little annoying, but it ultimately doesn't matter all that much. Unlike in other Pokemon games, paralysis just makes your movement slower. It's not actually going to stop any of my moves from going off.
Very cool change.
Yeah.
Alright, here's a Patrat.
Okay, I just need one more, and I'm done.
Do that. Oh, this is the 3 Patrat guy.
I'm just going to walk into her vision because it doesn't matter.
You're on top of the planter, get out of there.
Boys, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? Alright, I guess that worked. Yeah, come down here, please.
I should have gone upstairs when I had the chance.
I feel like upstairs in this one is very feast or famine.
I can be done in one more if I get super effective whatever. Knock out opponents with fire moves? Oh my god. I have a rainbow for cards.
Oh no. Oh yeah, that's not great. I got extremely lucky with mine.
If I get lucky with a certain trainer, I don't have one in mind, just like if a specific trainer has like something weak to electric and weak to grass somehow. No, that's fine. Not like a Hippopotas. Like a Vivian, actually. Wait, no. Vivian is weak to electric. That's fine.
So no, I'm going up against Zavi, who is our opponent for the X ticket. Funny how that works. Which is not a naming convention that they kept with. It comes and goes,
No.
so I'm not entirely sure why they went with it in the first place.
I think I need one more.
The Kadabra there will always lead Reflect, which used to be annoying if we didn't have bonus XP, but now we just have a guaranteed one-shot on it, so it does not matter.
I was 50 short again, by the way.
Oh no.
Twice
How
in the
does
same
this
run.
keep happening to you?
It's literally 5 times in the last 3 days I've been 50 short. And one of them was really funny, because so when you get to the late game, your zones, instead of only needing like 4,000 points, you start needing like 32,000. And I gained 28,550 points in a single battle, and was 50 points short of the end of the zone.
Oh no.
It's like, how did that happen? But that's fine. Yeah, Zavi battle that Spider just did. The one notable thing on it is the Kadabra. Talking about cast times earlier, Kadabra pretty much always wants to use the move Reflect, which will give Zavi's team like an extra defense boost. The whole team, not just the Kadabra. But the actual like animation for Reflect takes time, and so we can knock it out before the Reflect goes up, even though they usually will start the Reflect before we've attacked. That is the wrong Pokemon.
Get out of the spikes.
Get out of the spikes. Yeah, I was hovering over the Spinnerack in case something weak to grass came out.
Yeah, which is really interesting that it always sends out the Pokemon that you're hovering, even in cases where you already have a Pokemon out with you. And so the consistency is nice, you just have to be aware of it.
Yeah. It's especially nice because like if it was the Pokemon you had out, then like it takes time to switch your Pokemon. So you'd have to like sort of, you know, regulate that during the run. But since you just have to hover over it, it's like I can end that zone with Fletchling out and then lead Heracross in this fight pretty easily. I'm behind my average.
Oh no. I am on my best pace ever.
Nice. What was your Zavi split?
11:06. I forgot what I'm supposed to be doing. It's fight another rival.
Yes. Always fight another rival.
I got a Cleffa today.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, so something people always ask is like, why rank F specifically? Like, why don't we go to rank E or stop at rank V or something like that? And it's kind of like, I wouldn't say it's the first half of the game, because the game is like 6.5 hours long, and this is only a 1:45 run.
Mm-hmm.
But like, this is kind of like ends the first act of the game. The first act of the game, like we've been saying, is very much like fight your rival, get your challenge ticket, do your rank up match. After this point, you have all of those same things, but then they also incorporate like a whole side storyline. And so every rank, instead of being, you know, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 20 minutes, become 45 minutes, 50 minutes, an hour in some cases. So it definitely feels like a different section of the game. Because they also include the Rogue Megas, which we will get to fight one during this. But
Yeah, I mean, when on the game's release date, after we had both finished it, we were talking. I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do any percent. I'm going to look into rank F. And then apparently a lot of other people liked that idea.
Yeah. It's a really good length. Like, you know, Pokemon, especially late gen Pokemon, doesn't have a lot of categories in this, you know, time length. So, being able to have something that's under 2 hours is really cool. All right, what do I have? I have a Machop today.
Nice. I think there's a pool of like 5 Pokemon.
Yeah, something like that. It's like all the babies, and then Machop, Pikachu.
Poor Pichu.
Yeah. Well, Pichu's the baby.
Can it be Pichu though?
I thought it could because, yeah, because when I was raising
Okay.
Zypodic, he had a Pichu and I got a Pikachu.
Okay, I didn't know that they could. I didn't know it could be either of the
Yeah.
line. We'll have to watch out when
Okay, I
it's
know
just a Charizard sometime.
Yeah, I'm waiting. Drampa is the one I keep saying. I remember taking the taxi to Lena, but I don't remember walking in. I hope I did.
Oh no.
It's fine either way.
Alright, well I'm starting another ticket. Or another zone. That's a acceptable first ticket, I guess.
Sneak up with grass, yeah.
Okay, I can do that. One. That's
Yeah,
not
one
the
of the-
right move.
One of the things with the cards is, in addition to like what the card is being random, the point value. Well, it's not completely random what the point value is, but like sometimes it's, you know, 400 points, sometimes it's 200 points, sometimes it's 800 points. So you may have a good card in a vacuum, but like the point value isn't very good.
Oh no, I don't have a paralyze or a poison heal. That's really bad.
Check your berries.
Oh,
you have a
berries
Petra.
not auto get used.
Berries. do
I
not get
only
auto-
have citrus.
Fantastic. This is where you let it die and revive it later.
Yeah, absolutely.
The one true status heal item, the revive. I saw that. That was unfortunate.
And then I got seen anyway.
I don't even feel that far behind.
Yeah.
Alright. Sneak up with grass for 400 points. See? It's like the exact same card you had, but it's for 150 points more.
That doesn't seem fair.
Listen, this game's not fair. I've learned this.
Okay, there goes boys. Wait, you have a third Pokemon? Why do you have a third Pokemon? That's not great.
Alright, super effective for 200. Hone Edge guy, we're gonna avoid him. Flying, knock out with fighting. Go.
Okay, there's normally a trainer here. They're missing today.
Two cards in this area.
I did, however, find the Pat Rat guy.
Ooh, okay. Immediately knock out with one blow. This is a very good card for 600. Oh, that's tragic. Boys, what are we doing here? What are we doing? This lady. There we go.
That's how my battle zone started, so.
I needed to not be seen by her too, because I had a sneak up card, so.
I should fly back to the entrance here, because I'm pretty much in a dead end.
Very good card. What's this one? Super effective. Okay. What? Fly back to the entrance and go up the hall elevator, I think.
Yep, that's exactly what I did.
I'm at 4250. Depending on what this card is, I can do it all in one fight.
Yeah, I've just been getting tiny little piecemeal cards.
Oh, sneak up with flying for 800 points. Yeah, I'm done.
Oh,
I just
okay.
need one more battle.
I see how it is.
Listen, after my last 2 zones, I needed this.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ah, this person's looking at me. Ah, this person's right there. He's usually not right there. This guy's usually behind that box, and it's actually really hard to sneak up on. So I got lucky. I did enter Lena, so we're good.
My starting card was the super effective grass moves. I have not seen anything week 2 grass yet.
Classic.
Oh, come on. I just need one more trainer. It doesn't matter who they are.
I see you got paralyzed again.
Yeah. This is the 3rd time I've been paralyzed. I missed it when I bought paralyzed heals.
Alright, so after the Z rank Zac, the Y rank Yvonne, and the X rank Zavi, we have the W ranked Rintaro. So they definitely kept up with the naming scheme. He has all 3 elemental monkeys. The monkeys like to use Protect, but if you're fast enough, you can beat the Protect. So that's another reason why Aerial Ace is really good.
Because we can get the Aerial Ace off before the Protect goes, and then by the time the Protect has ended, we're ready to use our next move.
That one I just used so fast he didn't even try to protect, and he protected in my 2nd move instead.
Oh, jeez.
Which I didn't know was a thing. Now it looks like I am golding the split, so...
Nice. I am very slowly walking up to the semi stage. Oh, I was just a brick that.
I'm still surprised he didn't kill.
I got the same thing you did.
Yeah, except he didn't actually protect your 2nd move. That's right.
Because I'm paralyzed.
Alright. So now the one deviation from the tried and true rival ticket promotion match formula is to chase this dog. I guess we do know it's Zygarde by now. And you can see off in the distance, there's something happening on that rooftop.
Oh, I never noticed that. Very cool.
I noticed it like the 6th or 7th time I've been here. Like, I definitely did not notice it normally.
Hey, look, a cherry berry.
We cannot run here. I got a cherry berry. I got an EXP XS.
Nice.
Give that to me an hour ago on the old route.
That's a number of qualifiers.
Alright. But this is where we're going to get introduced to the Rogue Mega Battles. So there are a number of these in the main any percent run. This is the only one we're going to see in this category. This is going to be a Mega Absol, and it is a... I don't know all the specifics of the mechanics, but basically the idea behind them is they are normal enemies that have like very, very, very increased HP pools, like 20 times. And they take more damage from mega hits or plus moves. Plus moves are... It's a thing you can do to like increase the power of your move. Basically at the bottom right of the screen, there's going to be a meter. When that meter fills, you can Mega Evolve, but you can use segments of the meter to use plus moves. So we are going to attempt to do this in a single Mega cycle. I am inconsistent at it. There are a lot of people who are really good at it. There are people who never get it. I'm falling into the second camp at the moment.
Yeah, I've had issues with it, but yesterday I got it in the first cycle. So hopefully that is the start of a trend for me.
But yeah, the big thing here, so building the Mega Meter, essentially the idea is we want to Mega Evolve as soon as possible. In order to build the Mega Meter as fast as possible, we want to be as close to our Pokemon as possible. So we're going to risk ourselves taking a bit of damage here, because the rogues sometimes like attacking you instead of your Pokemon.
Yeah, and the reason why we want to be close is there's a sizable increase to the amount of meter that we build per attack if we are standing fairly close to our Pokemon.
You don't need to be as close as I am right now.
You were inside of Lucario there.
Yeah. Yeah, we also get given a Lucario. We don't have the ability to use Boys here. So.
Which is unfortunate, because Boys would kind of crush this Absol.
Yeah, between Megahorn and yeah. Oh, we don't have Megahorn.
Yeah, we don't have Megahorn yet. But even still.
So we want to be collecting these orbs as we do this, because essentially you can kind of see the Mega Meter dissipated. When that runs out, your Pokemon will un-Mega Evolve. So by collecting the orbs, we can kind of increase that value a little bit. But generally, the move strategy here that I employ, I think most people do, is I'm alternating basically Bullet Punch between every attack, and then just alternating between Aura Sphere and Rock Smash. Aura Sphere is a ranged attack, which means Lucario wants to like reset himself next to you in order to use it. Which means I'm trying to position myself in the best way. And I got one cycle.
Nice.
Very good.
I had bad timing on that Aura attack, the Dark Pulse.
I just kind of back up and tell Lucario to tank it.
I normally try to get an Aura Sphere in there, but it happened right again there. It went for it as soon as my Aura Sphere went on cooldown. So I'm not gonna one cycle it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there goes mine.
Yeah, so you do significantly less damage when you are not Mega'd, but you can kind of mitigate that by using the plus move. So at this point, it's no longer worth Spider replenishing the meter. It's all about replenishing part of it and using a big plus move. So overall, not bad.
Yeah, still got it in pretty decently. So now that we have our Absol, it's time to go back to our tried and true pattern of having a rival fight. This one's a little different though.
Yes. So in this little cutscene that Spider's currently watching, I just finished. We got given the Absol as well as the Absol's Megastone, the Absolite, and Tawny wants to see it in action. So she wants us to put the Absol in our party with the Megastone equipped. You cannot start this battle if you do not have those two things happen. But our strategy for this fight's a little bit different than other strategies for other fights, I will say. I don't want to give anything away.
Absol into the fight. Just because now the Absol went directly into my party.
Alright, so boxes. Bring them in over pretty much anything. Yeah. Alright. So, interestingly, Pokemon X and Y has a similar battle to this where they introduce Mega Evolution. And you fight basically a Lucario against a Lucario, and you can beat the fight without Mega Evolving, but I think the game forces you to. Like, you can't proceed if you don't Mega Evolve. You would think this one's the same, but actually you can just forfeit this battle. And,
Yeah, it was funny when we were doing routing initially, because like we were originally winning the battle, and it's slow because you see a Mega Evolution from Tawny. And then we realized we could lose it, which is faster, but still a little bit slow. And then we realized we could just forfeit.
Yeah, the forfeit is very funny. Because the problem with losing the battle is, like I said, you have to have the Absol in your party, and it has to have the Megastone equipped. So you can't just bring in some low-level Pokemon to die quickly. Like, you have to use specifically the Absol. And the Absol comes in at level 30, which is about the level that Boys is at. So it's a whole thing. I'm going to fight this guy first, because he has an Ultra Ball hat, which means he will give me a card. And my Heracross is also level 29, which means I think, depending on what trainers I see, I may teach Rock Blast.
Okay, I didn't actually know what level Rock Blast came in at.
It's 28 is what it comes in at. Alright, Ultra Bug guy, what do you got? Super effective 400. That is good card, but underwhelming.
Yeah. You can get the Ultra Ball guy pretty much always gives you the glowing cards. And those are pretty much worth double what you would normally get for a card of that type.
That single hit just got all of my cards completed. It was sneak up with water, a super effective move, and a super effective water move all at once. Or knockout with water, I think is what it was.
The other piece here, now that we've done the Absol fight, is we now have access to plus moves, if need be. So if we ever need to add a little bit of oomph to our attacks, we can choose to do that from now on.
Ooh. Knockout for 1200. Yeah, so this, if you're paying attention, I actually fought this exact same trainer in my last zone. The zones can have trainers, I believe, like one below you and one above you. Sometimes it can be two above. I don't think it can be two below you.
Correct, yeah.
fire moves for 200 is probably not worth it. It's completely doable, it's just only 200 points.
I am not off to a great start with mine.
Alright, this lady right here is the reason I taught Rock Blast. She has a Fletchinder. My zone started out great, which means it's not going to be that many total fights, but I'm not getting anything in the back half. Oh, what is this guy? Okay. Stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there.
I was really
I'm
hoping
on
to
the
get
other
that
side
card
of the,
first.
like, red barrier.
My issue is that all the cards are just being guarded.
Oh, yeah. That might be enough. I might need one more fight, though. I don't remember what I was at. I was 50 over that time. Perfect. Alright. I'm gonna go heal up a little bit, and then heading into the last little stretch. That is also probably the best ticket I've ever had there. Alright, so Vinny is our next rank up battle. Vinny is like the CEO of Quizartico. We met him much, much earlier. And for some reason, Quizartico is being guarded by a bunch of Dedenne. Which we have to take care of. We fight that with Absol. Actually, you might be doing Heracross. I know you like Heracross in that fight.
I did. Depends on what my HP... I think it depends on my HP value coming out of the zone.
Yeah, I'm mainly using Absol there because you very often come out of that fight paralyzed. And so using a different Pokemon on that fight than you do on the actual Vinny fight is kind of nice.
I just need to fight one more person. I can't find them. There we go.
You got seen right as you hit them.
Okay, that should be it for me unless I horribly misread my math. Okay.
Nice. 7's not bad.
Yeah, honestly, the back half of mine was way better than the start. That's not the right button.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Alright,
I will
so-
just use Absol here.
Vinny fight here. I did use plus moves on the Dedennes, but you didn't really see it too well. Vinny, for the most part, has a team that just dies to Brick Break. However, the Drampa at the end, which is Mega Drampa, newly revealed Mega Evolution, the first one you see in the game, is incredibly tanky. So we're going to use plus moves for each hit on the Drampa. One of the interesting things about plus moves that you can do is, in order to use a plus move, you have to hit the plus button before you use the move, but you have to be targeting the Pokemon in order for that plus to be registered. And in between the trainer's Pokemon, like, you can't target anything. So normally what you'd have to do is target the Drampa, then hit plus, then hit your move, which is a little bit slow. So something you can actually do is when the previous Pokemon is still targetable, but you've already input your move, you can hit plus, and it registers for the next move you use. And so what I'll actually do is I'll Brick Break the Sharpedo, hit plus before the Brick Break goes off, and then that plus will transfer into the Drampa.
And one thing that's kind of interesting thing about here is that when we got our ticket, we didn't actually know that Vinny was our opponent yet. The game wants you to go here, find out, and then get your ticket. But we actually just do it all in one go.
All right. Yeah, so Fire Spin is a trapping move. It's one of those area of effect moves. So I had to get my Heracross out of there before he died. Alright, so I've already hit plus for this Drampa. So my Brick Break will be a more powerful Brick Break. I don't know if we know the modifier yet. We probably will by the time GDQ rolls around. I don't know if we know the exact modifier.
Anytime I don't know a
does.
modifier, I just say it's 50%.
Yeah, 50% feels right. And there's
GG
Vinny.
Edda.
Yeah, so time here is going to be after the actual rank up. This one's pretty funny because we're currently rank V, but we're going all the way to rank F in a single go. How much time did I save on my PB there? I saved almost a full minute.
Nice. Yeah, I guess I can switch to my PB comparison real quick. Because I'm 2 minutes ahead.
Of your PB?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. But yeah, that is rank F, and that was actually a pretty solid time. If I didn't do run on like Wednesday last week, this would be my PB. So very cool.
Same thing. Walk out of the fire. It is really funny how his entire team is just weak to fighting. They give us boys for free, and then like one of the early bosses of the game is just rolled over by boys.
It's also funny the Pokemon choice itself. Like,
Yeah.
Baneri makes sense. Like, he's got the Baneri hat and everything, or hat, hair tie. And then he has like two of the frailest Dark types in the game, and then Drampa, which is incredibly bulky.
Oh, come on. Should've just waited for Brick Break to come off cooldown. Yeah, there's my PB.
That's exciting.
But yeah, fun category. I think it would be an excellent showing at GDQ. And,
I would agree.
and I think, especially in a like as we saw here in a race situation, it's a very fun category.
Yeah, we were back and forth so many times. But yeah, GG.
Thank you.